Been a while since we did a couple of these. Let's go ahead and do this. Pull out my thing back on and get situated because it is time for a top five series. And I have done this throughout from the start, all the way from Anaheim, all the way to right now. We are at St. Louis Blues Day, and it is those crazy boys from St. Louis. You got it. The Lou is what we'd like to call them in this wonderful age of Gen Z, millennials, and whatever. That's a different story. Meanwhile, it's my top five jerseys for each team. St. Louis is on the clock. There's this thing, a subscribe button. You see this thing right here? Hit that if you want to see all the. If you even go back to all the other teams that I have done from the beginning, from Anaheim all the way to here, even a couple of the old teams. We did a Hartford, we did Atlanta, we did Quebec, and we are going to do St. Louis right here, right now, and join the fun because we all have our top fives, and I'm going to do my top five right now as we speak. And if you're hanging out with us, I do really appreciate you. Now, when I've done all these things for all the top five series that I have done, as I show every single person out there that decides to hang out, we show the little thing that I have done my homework on. It's called the NHL Uniform Database. Now, you will get to see, if you ever get to look at this thing, you get to see all the years and the templates of what they have done, what their uniforms and what their brands were. Even did the some of the classics and some of the reverse retros, winter classics, and all that, and all the time frames that they have done. You get a little bit. You get all the years on the left side, and you get the descriptions on the right side. So we obviously know St. Louis came into the same class as the Penguins in '67, won Stanley Cup 2019. We'll remember that. I think that went to 7, and they beat Boston at Boston. And they're really a famous. They don't get a lot as much as like publicity as you think they do, but it is St. Louis, and St. Louis is a great sports city. You get the Cardinals, you have the Blues, they have MLS now. And that's basically what they have. They used to have NFL, and then that failed. But St. Louis has been so rich in tradition with things that they have. And they used to have the NBA, too, for that. Do you remember the old Spirits of St. Louis? They had that. I think it was an ABA thing, I think. But those throwback jerseys are big. But St. Louis has always been really covenant in the history. They used to play the old Kiel Center back in the day. Now they have the Enterprise Center. And famous names, if you can see, as you can see on that there, Al McInnes was there, Barclay Plaggers, Brian Sutter's also on that list, and of course Brett Hall. Have to have that, show that one right back there. Chris Pronger, also a member of that retired thing up in the rafters. But if you remember and you see a lot of these different templates up there, they did originally have this really offset, that it wasn't a baby blue, but it was a really different pitch blue. And then it was like 67 to 73 they changed, to 77, 84 they changed to this weird thing where they had blues in the arc tech on it, right above the logo. They did some really funkadelic stuff before they started jumping to the new generations of jerseys in '95 when they went to that when they went to the strings, and then went to the. I'll actually show that to you right here. It's actually they went to this bad boy right here, and that pretty much changed everything to the gender. But we remember everything that we remember now. This has been their staple for a handful of years. In fact, let's just go back and look together. When they went to this block lettering, or not block lettering, but the block shoulders, it was 1998 that they started going to this type of format. And this stuck with the team for so long. Actually went, and I'm going to just go back. We might as well look together while we're here. They went to this because they now just have their rebrand now coming up in 2025, 26. So they've been having this for almost, oh God, I can't do the math in my head, almost 20 some years. Since 1998, they have gone with this jersey and the white, and it's stuck. It's St. Louis is one of those teams where something hits, it sticks with them, and they just run with it. And they did really well. Now this, if you let me see if I can get to the gist of it. If I can aim the camera, yeah, they're going back to a pretty much a brighter yellow now, and taking away an extra accent in it, and it's a little bit slimmer if you look at it. Now we remember the white jersey that just did so well. I mean, remember as of 2020. two, I believe, 22 is either '02 or '03. That's when they started going with the dark jerseys for home. And we just remember what those jerseys were when we went to that. When this obviously sets it off. So I'll burn through a bunch of regular ones, and then we remember that this is now what they're going to go with. They're going to go back to the original blue, and they're going to get rid of the cream color off the sleeves or on the jerseys. They're going to get rid of those and go straight white on them. And I'll tell you right now, and I did a video of this for Jersey News. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And they're going to push the STL like little treble clef logo, kind of a secondary logo, pretty decent. I will give them. I gave almost gave them an S tier on that, and it's pretty much modeled off their Winter Classic jerseys that they wore, and they're just basically touching them up every little, just a little bit. Do you remember this jersey? Remember when they had? I showed you a little bit on the database. They had this with the arc logo, with the word logo arc. Some people don't like the words and it hits them a little bit. But I remember watching these games when they had that dark blue, and this is a filthy jersey, and I mean literally it's filthy if you saw this video, saw this pic. But remember those. You can never go wrong with the string logos with the courts. This is one of their iconic sets, and I remember them wearing this when Steve Eiserman hit that slap shot in double overtime in the playoffs. Um, that is the trumpet secondary logo that they have on the shoulders, and number font was cool because it slanted right on this. It's such a great design in the '90s, early 2000s. But this and the logo was a little bit thicker just to have St. Louis in it. This is an iconic jersey, always has been, and it's an iconic design look. And then they just kind of went off and kind of went with a little bit of history to go to their reverse retro system. Now, it didn't make sense hypothetically. They're the St. Louis Blues and they have a red jersey, so they had to go to this to their reverse retro. And let me just double check with everybody. This was their first. This was the first one. This was the first reverse retro. This is a sharp. It's really, really sharp. It just doesn't make sense to be red. It's like the Columbus Blue Jackets had a red jersey for their first reverse retro. It's just, it's a mental thing. It did okay. It didn't blow up as crazy as it is, but it was but you need to look at it. I don't want to say it's a relic, but if you find it, get it. I mean, how many people are going to have it? It's the same thing with their second reverse retro, which is a prototype of the old St. Louis Eagles back in the day. And that's why people are like, where the heck did that come from? And it is a prototype before they went to the new stuff in to the stuff that they went to in '67, but they went to the gold, and not a lot of people like the gold jerseys. Nashville's big with it, but this was they got a chance to see this one a little bit more. And also remember another thing, that red jersey, that was the pandemic year, so not a lot of people saw that. But if you did find it, take it and do whatever you will with it, because those are very, very hard to find for jersey collectors. I'll give you a couple more, and then we'll just go right into the top five. In fact, I actually am at my top five, and I'll give you this one from the Reebok era. I know the Reebok era had a lot of excess trim on the shoulder blades, on the actual collar. The logo was decent. The sleeves were sharp. I mean, Reebok had their own technology, and that's why when everybody that was that year when everybody got new stuff, when Reebok took over the era. And this was actually, one of the sharper ones. The font looked good with the arms, and the logo was prime. It was definitely good. I will actually go back and look at that. When did they start doing all that stuff? It was right around 2007, 2008, and that's what I remember most of it when it came to that jersey. So I'll give this at 5. I never really had an issue any time with the Reebok era. I never did. It's people just wonder why did they back out and let Adidas take over. So that's 5. Number 4, and I'm actually going to go with the new home jersey that they're going to have. Not just really because I just think it's fresh, but when you see that was a mystery box, and I got Brett Hull on it, and that was actually in a form of the Winter Classic. But damn, is it sweet. It is fresh. And just looking at this, and I'm not a hard Blues fan, but I liked seeing them win the Stanley Cup. But to see them get a nice little retouch, all they're doing is taking both their Winter Classics that were both from back of the day and making it their home on road, except for the recent one that has St. Louis on the front. I didn't put that in my list, but this is a smooth jersey. I'm going to put this at 4. Number 3 will be the home jersey with the current home, which is now officially going to be their third jersey. It's just now a staple after 20 plus years. Nobody's going to back out from this. When they see this, they're going to be like, oh, that was their old home jersey. Well, they're not going to back out of that. They may touch up the logo a little bit, but they're not going to, there's nothing much to it. Easy enough. Now, number 2 and 1 are going to be a little bit interesting, and two of them, well, number 2, I have to put the other Reebok era, and that's the third jersey that had with the round logo and the arc in the middle and the St. Louis art. I actually enjoy this. If I could find this jersey, I would buy it. This is a, and even with the strings, that adds a little throwback to it. Striping is simple. That round circle logo. What year did they do this? Let's just go back together. And it was a two between 2008 and 2016. They had this jersey. If I could find this, I mean, I don't even want to name a number on it. If I could find this without a number or name on it, I would be I would be super stoked. But this is a sharp. This was really. Some people wanted this as their home jersey. I really, really dig this one. And but number 1 is going to be very simple, and I'm going to actually go the throwback that they wore, late '90s, early 2000s. This is iconic jersey for them. St. Louis people know their jerseys. They know what's sold. They know the number font was unique. The logo was big back in the day with the excess trim with the white, the red trim. That was a bigger logo. They're basically making it a thinner logo, but that bottom trim, um, I liked it that it matched one of the arms, and then it slant down. It's unique. They don't have to make it parallel, but this was an iconic jersey. I'm going to double check one more time when they went to this 1995, and they had it for three and a half, so three some years. It was a fantastic jersey. Very happy, very happy I got this jersey. Very happy. I will. I probably will not even sell that. This is just a phenomenal set, and St. Louis is very, very famous. And like I said, they still have the Cardinals. They have an MLS team with a new stadium, and that's booming right now. The Cardinals are always going to be a baseball city. They'll love basketball, but who knows if they'll ever have NBA back. The Blues have a recent championship. The Cardinals have World Series all over the place. But when you have this, so you need super people that are in the world that support the city of St. Louis. The biggest one, and I'll just show you this, just because it's St. Louis. They're super fan. Layla Anderson, who has that unfortunate cancer thing of HLH. Let's just put it this way: she's the biggest super fan. They put so much media stuff when the Blues won the Stanley Cup in Boston. She went there for the actual cup. She goes to all the home games. That was her with the Stanley Cup. That was her at the actual parade on stage holding the cup. That was one of the most absolute fantastic stories. I mean, it's up there with the kid from Edmonton who unfortunately left us. This is what Layla is today. She's 17 and she's playing hockey. That's a star. You play the best sport in the world. And we all just, hey, keep doing keep doing you, because we need more people in the world like you that are going to take the world to a better place. God bless you, Layla. Keep doing your thing. And St. Louis, you have done your thing. And until next time, if I have to go back and look, I'm not sure the next time is. And whenever the next time is, I think I'll go to San Jose and do them. But this was a fun one to do. Do you remember your favorite with the St. Louis Blues? Do you like the new rebrand coming up? Chuck a like, throw a comment in. The bar is closed. And I will see you guys in the next one. Buddy, I'm down with St. Louis. This is the ones I remember. I'll catch you guys in the next one.